Hi everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to be showing you how I sharpen my lawnmower blades. Um, some people think this is difficult. This is not difficult at all, people. It takes longer to actually get the tools to do the job than it does to actually do the job. Very, very easy. You could, once you get the blade off, you could basically do this with a file. With a flat file, just taking the dull edge off the blade on both sides, put it back on, and you're good. But I'm going to show you the way I do it. Everybody has their own ideas of suggestions on how to do it. I'm going to show you how I do it. It works for me. I have no problems with my lawn. And I'll actually show you, I did cut the lawn last weekend with a dull blade, and I'll show you the difference. Here you can see this difference. One on the left was the one I cut with the dull blade, the blade before I sharpened it, and the one on the right is the one I just cut with the blade after I sharpened it. You can see all the tatters. What happens to the blade. Okay, so here you see my mower, Toro 60 volt. First thing we gotta do is remove the blade. Make sure you take the battery out. If it's a battery operated mower, make sure you remove the battery. If it's a gasoline mower, then there's other steps you have to take. You have to make sure that you tip it over on the opposite side of the spark plug so you don't fill the combustion chamber with oil. You also have to be careful with the fuel in the tank. This is a battery operated mower, so as long as I remove the battery I should say, I'm okay. I use a 5/8 socket with a little 2-inch extension on a 3/8 drive ratchet. Blade comes right off. I like to put everything back. Whatever I'm not removing completely, I like to put it back where it goes, the way it goes. So when I go to put the things back, I don't have to think about how it goes back together. Blades doesn't look that bad. You notice that I did forget to clean the mower. I apologize for the mic. My microphone went dead. This is actually a voiceover. You notice that I forgot to clean the mower last year. I thought I had maybe 1 or 2 more mows in it. I usually cover it. I usually clean it at the end of after my last mow. I thought I might still have 1 left in the lawn, and it just got cold all of a sudden. So that wasn't the case. So do not do this. Make sure you remove all this excess grass from the bottom of your deck. This will rot the deck out if it's steel, and it will corrode it if it's aluminum. I do have some corrosion already here. You can see it from not cleaning it. But I just use a putty knife, like an 1.5-inch putty knife, just to scrape it off. Some guys will clean it, they'll wash it, they'll wax it, and they'll put a silicone on it. I think that's a little overboard. It's a lawnmower. It's gonna get full of grass clippings the first time you cut it, especially if you're cutting the lawn a little bit. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna remove any built up grass from last year. I just use a 1-inch, an 1.5-inch putty knife. Use a scraper. You can call it a scraper, I guess, if you want to. Putty knife, tape a knife, just to get most of the junk off. This will throw the blade a little bit out of balance. Could cause a vibration in the mower. So, no big deal. Don't have to wash it. You don't have to go crazy with it. It's a lawnmower blade. Just to get most of the stuff off. Good enough. As you can see, my blade gets sharpened 3 times during the season, usually twice, sometimes 3. So it's really not that bad. Pretty sharp, actually. But I'm going to show you how I sharpen it. You should always sharpen it. I sharpen mine at the beginning of every year, of every season, I should say, not every year. Some people will argue to sharpen it at the end of the year. I don't know why. I wouldn't do it at the end, because what happens is in the beginning, you may have a bunch of junk in your lawn that you want to pick up and bag, like from the winter time, from storms and things, small branches, and you're going to dull the mower, you're going to dull the blade. So why would you sharpen it when you're all done? It's best to sharpen it at the beginning of the season. Right now, today I'm going to go for my real first mow here, and I want a nice sharp blade. I know some guys will tell you don't sharpen the blade too much, because if you hit a rock, you're going to destroy it. Listen, if you're hitting rocks, you got to clean that up. You can't be cutting grass on rocks. I mean, if you hit rocks and big pieces of wood and stumps and things like that, you got to fix that. You can't just expect the mower to deal with that. You got a problem. You got to fix that problem first before you start cutting it. This should be as sharp as possible. I don't care what anybody else tells you. We want to cut the blades as clean as possible. We don't want tattered ends on the blades. And I'll explain why that is soon. All right, so here's one way you can do it if you don't want to get too crazy with it once you get the blade off. Just use a file. Just use a file, that's all. I had this file out from last time I was shopping some things. It's just a round file I use for my chainsaw. A flat file would be better. You can also use a sharpening stone, depending on how bad this is. But I mean, just doing that. Okay, just go one way. Don't try and sharpen both ways. Try and hit the edge of the blade, and then just clean up the back a little bit. I mean, just doing that alone is way better. I mean, you can see I put an actual pretty good edge on that. That's pretty sharp already. That's just by me hitting it with a file. Okay, I'm gonna take it one step further. I could leave that like that. There's nothing wrong. I can cut with this blade right now, and it's gonna be fine. But I'm just gonna show you if you had a. All right, guys. I'm sorry. Well, I apologize for the audio. My mic kept cutting out. I'm not sure what's going on. I charged it up. It still didn't work. So here you see what I use to sharpen my blades. I just use a little 4-inch Makita angle grinder with an abrasive blade on it. In my opinion, that's all you need. It's fine. If you don't have the grinder, you can use the flat file, even the sharpening stone if it's not that bad. I also use a clamp to clamp the blade down to a ladder. 3-foot step ladder, I clamp the blade down to it. These little clamps are really nice. I would suggest you buy a couple. This is the main thing, okay? When you're sharpening a blade, when using power tools, especially grinders, you gotta protect your eyes. You get something in your eyes, you're not gonna like the feeling. All right, so here you see, I'm gonna grind this edge. I'm gonna try and keep my grinder at the same angle that's already on that edge, so I don't change that angle. It's not 100% critical. If you change it a little bit, that's okay. Just keep going over it until you think you get it back where it was originally. Couple of passes, 2 or 3 passes, that's all you need. Be careful, like I said, be careful with the grind that shoots sparks everywhere. Don't do this inside of a building. Don't do it on a wooden floor. Don't do it in your grass. Don't do it on dry material. Do it in your driveway on the either on top of cement or asphalt. And watch where the sparks are going. Make sure that they're clear of anything that's dry. You can see that that side is really sharp. If you want, you can take a little bit off the back too, just to clean up, but I don't bother. This thing is really sharp. It'll slice your fingers. So what I'm gonna do is just flip it over, clamp it back down again with the C-clamp, and then do the other side. Like I said, 2 or 3 passes. That's all you need. Okay, so I'm gonna grind the other side now. Clean it up, grind it down. 2 or 3 times, that's all you need. Try and keep the angle straight, like I said. I apologize for the audio again, guys. I know it's been changing, but unfortunately I have mic problems. So now that we have both sides nice and sharp, now we gotta make sure that this thing's balanced. If this blade isn't balanced, when it's spinning, it's gonna rattle around like crazy. It's gonna shake your whole machine. It's gonna get all kinds of vibration in the handle of the mower. So we may have to, if this isn't balanced, we may have to take some metal off by just basically repeating the sharpening procedure on whatever side's heavier. I have this little tool that I bought. I think it was Home Depot or Lowe's. It's pretty handy. It was a few dollars, Very inexpensive. Works really good. I'll show you another way you can do it without buying the tool. As you can see, the blade is a little bit heavy on my left hand, which is the right side of the screen. It is a little heavy on that side, so it is out of balance. Very slightly, it doesn't hit the actual ladder, but pretty close. So I'm going to take some material off that side to make that side lighter. And I'm basically just going to grind it again. I'm going to keep sharpening it. I'll go over it like 4 or 5 times with the grinder, take a little bit more steel off, and that should fix the problem. Take your time. Don't have to apply a lot of pressure. Very light pressure. Very light. Don't press down on the grinder. Just very lightly. There are different blades that people, different discs that people use. I just use whatever I have on hand. It's close enough. It's a lawnmower blade. It doesn't belong to Artemis 3. All right, now I'm going to install it back on the little weight, little scale here, balance, I should say. And you see, it's perfect. You see, it doesn't drop one way or the other. It's perfect. Close enough. That for us is perfect. This is lawn care, people. We ain't going to the moon with this machine. So this little tool is pretty good. It's a nice little tool. Very inexpensive. I can't remember how much it was. I think it was less than $10. But if you don't have that, all you need to do is get a nail with a small head on it and a hammer and find yourself a tree. Put the nail through the tree. Put the nail through the center hole in the balance, in the blade, sorry. And if it drops, either one of these two sides drops down, that side is heavy. It should stay, when you put it horizontal, it should stay horizontal. It shouldn't move one way or the other. So just a nail in the tree, that's all you need to balance it. You don't need to buy a special tool. I just happened to have it. I bought it. It was inexpensive. I saw it. I picked it up. I think it was $5, but I could be wrong. Maybe 10. All right, so yeah, this is all set. This blade's ready to go back on. So now I'm just going to put the blade back on. I'm just going to take off what I put back on temporarily so I know where it goes, how it goes back on. Make sure you put the blade on the right way. The blade does have a certain way to go. Okay, so don't put it upside down. On my mower, it's practically impossible because it has a curve in it. But some mowers, you can make a mistake and put the blade upside down. So make a note of it and make sure it's right. I'm just going to put the bolt back in, 5/8 bolt, tighten it down. Don't go crazy, people, when you're tightening things, because then you're going to have a real hard time getting it off. There's no need to over-tighten things. Most people over-tighten things. Some people under-tighten. Most people over-tighten. Use a small ratchet. Don't use impact drivers. Impact driver will over-tighten it. Use a small handle ratchet and tighten it by hand. Okay, we're all set. Let's go cut the grass. All right, so let's talk about one of the main problems when people are trying to get a nice lawn and they just can't seem to do it. And that's improper mowing. If you don't mow your lawn properly, you're never going to have a nice lawn. It's just the way it is. Mowing is the most important thing you can do. All right, let me back up. Proper mowing is the most important thing you can do if you want a nice looking lawn. If you're mowing your lawn improperly, you will destroy it. Okay, so let's talk about the first thing. Let's talk about height of cut, or how high you want the grass to be. Okay, some people think they can just come in and just chop the grass down to 1.5 inches and we're all good. That's not the way it goes. All right, specific grass types like to be grown at specific heights. You can't run a tall fescue lawn at 3/4 inch, 1/2 inch. That's not the way it goes. If you want to run your grass really short, then you have to use the type of grass that likes to grow short, basically. Bluegrass, ryegrass, things like that. Most people don't have straight Kentucky bluegrass in their yards or straight ryegrass in their yards, unless they're a lawn care nut like I am. So anyway, here on my property, I like to grow tall fescue bluegrass mix, and we'll discuss why that is.
but I like to grow tall fescue. I mean, the name tells you, you can't cut the grass short. It's tall grass. All right, so I like to run it about between 3 and 3.5 inches tall on tall fescue. I think it works really well. Stripes up nice, and it looks nice and green. It doesn't, you don't lose all the color every time you cut it. So the way you adjust the your mower deck is, or the way you adjust the height of cut is by adjusting the height between the bottom of your mowing deck and a nice straight surface. Here I got it on a paver patio. So if I take a tape measure and I measure down from the patio up, or from the deck down, or from the patio up, I'm looking at about 2 3/4 to the bottom of the deck. All right, now the blade is not even with the bottom of the deck. On most mowers, it's recessed up about 3/8 to half an inch. So right now, this mower is going to cut the grass about I'd say about 3 1/4 inches tall, which is what I like. Like I said, 3 1/4, 3.5. That's what I like to cut the grass at. Yeah, you can't just cut it any height you want. You need to know what kind of grass you're cutting. If you want a putting green's a bent grass. You can't. They don't use any grass for putting greens because they're cutting it, 3/16, quarter, whatever it is they cut it nowadays. And you can't cut certain grasses like that because you'll destroy them. All right. So if you're not sure, go 3 inches, 3 1/4. If you're trying to get the grass to revive, if for some reason your grass is just doesn't look good, it's just really not good, I would recommend letting it grow. Set your mower to 3 1/4, 3 inches, 3 1/4, 3.5 maybe, and go like that. Cut it like that at that height for one season and see what happens. We gotta give it some food, obviously, some water, some food, and we gotta cut it properly, which we'll talk about that a little later on. But let it grow out. Let the plant grow. Give it a chance to come back to life. If you've been chopping it down all the time, all right. There's very few situations where you can cut your grass really low. Not too, like I said, not too many people have Kentucky bluegrass or ryegrass that they can chop right down to an inch, 1.5 inches, 1 1/4. That's too low for fescue, and that's probably what you have if you're up north. So yeah, raise that deck up, and now if we want to raise the deck, you have to look at the mower. Obviously, every mower is different. Mine, I have to move these levers above the wheels back and forth to raise or lower the deck. As you can see, by doing this, I move the wheel up and down. Okay. Obviously, you got to make sure that you have them all the same. If you do happen to move one, make sure you put it back the same all around, so the deck's not tilted one way or the other. It should be straight. Yeah, and raise that deck up, and give the grass a chance to recover from whatever it is that you've been doing to it, if it doesn't look good. Okay, so I'm gonna go and cut it. My grass is probably about 5 inches tall, so I'm really taking it down quite a bit, but it's just been growing a lot. All right, guys. So here's the grass. After 0.8 pounds of 10-10-10 last weekend, a little bit of rain. I did mow it during the week because it was really bad, really tall. As you can see it. It's nice and thick, nice and green. And that's just raking it, blowing it. I use a rake and blow it with a leaf blower, and a little bit of 10-10-10 and a little bit of water. And you could see she's thick. She's nice and thick. Now I'm going to cut it. Not today, we're going to give it a mow. Okay, so people, so you notice I'm going to go over the same light stripe here, right over it. Now I'm going to go back, I'm going to move over, and I'm going to go back on the next white stripe, right over the edge, inside edge of the last cut. Okay, now I'm going to start basically a new pattern here. Start a new pattern here. We're going to go down this dark stripe to create one light stripe. And I'm going to continue that pattern all the way till the end. And that's what we call a single double. Okay, so now I'm going to go back on the dark stripe, nice and straight on the line. Always keep your wheel to wheel. Keep the wheel on the inside mark of the last wheel wheel mark you just made. Single double striping. You have one, when you look at it from either direction, you have one single stripe, single width stripe, and then you have a double width stripe in the opposite direction. And that's my favorite way to mow the lawn. It doesn't take much longer than single rows. It looks 100% better. 100% better. You'll find that when you have a lawn that's not that great, a lot of weeds, it's thin, it's no fun cutting it. I mean, it's just no fun cutting it. But when you get your lawn straightened out and it looks nice, you actually will enjoy cutting it. You'll actually look forward to cutting. Nice, healthy, thick lawn. It's fun to cut. You get a little thin, weedy lawn. You don't even feel like cutting it. I mean, that's the way I was anyway. It's just a chore. It just becomes a chore. All right. And if you think stripes are a little bit off, you can correct them as we go along. We can look down the stripe, make sure that it's straight. If it's a little bit off, I can make little slight corrections. It won't be noticeable. Yeah, I mean, that's what I tell everybody. If you're gonna mow the lawn, put some stripes in it. Make it look nice. You're cutting it anyway. You're going through, you're going through the work of cutting it. Make it look nice at the same time. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy the mow. And like I said, you have to have a decent lawn. If you don't have a decent lawn, you're probably not going to enjoy mowing it. But it's not difficult. It's very easy to get a decent lawn. It's not that much work. If you follow what I tell you, you follow a few of my tips, you should have a lawn just like this in your yard within one season, basically. Yeah, it's very, very easy. Lawn care is very easy. It looks like it's a pain in the neck and it looks daunting, but it isn't. It's very easy. Yeah, so don't give up on it. Your lawn doesn't look all that great. Don't worry about it. Take your time. Enjoy yourself. And yeah, and you'll be surprised. You make a lot of progress on a lawn in one season. If your lawn is really not that bad right now, not that good right now, sorry. Don't try to make like huge, don't try to make like huge gains on it. Try to make little gains. Try to get rid of the weeds. proper mowing, getting rid of the weeds, fertilization and water, it'll come back. You'll be surprised how much you can do. And then in the fall, if it's really, really bad, and then in the fall you can overseed it. That's when we really, really can fix the lawn in the fall. Don't try to fix it in the spring. You're just wasting your time. Just try and work with what you have in the springtime. Work with whatever you have. Try and get it looking the best it can be. And then in September, first week of September, around here up north, that's our lawn renovation season. So that's when we really, make major changes. That's like our remodeling, like remodeling a house, basically. That's when we do a remodel, a refresh, a remodel of our lawns if we just don't like the way they are at all. That's when we make our major changes. In the spring and definitely not in the summer. You don't want to do that because it's just you're basically wasting, in my opinion, you're wasting your time and your money. You're not going to get very good results. You get results, but not very good results. You might give up on it. So just work with what you have in the spring. Just improve what you have in the spring. And in the fall, then you can really take care of the major problems. I mean, you can wipe out you can basically kill off the whole lawn and start all over again if you want to in September. Not now. Don't do it now. In the spring. We're in May, so up north. So, this lawn, if you had seen this lawn maybe 10 years ago, it was a complete mess. It was more weeds than grass. It was absolutely a disaster. But within a year or two, I got it fixed up pretty well. It looks pretty decent. It's not perfect. By the way, when you see all YouTube guys with their lawns, way better than mine, they're not perfect. They're showing it to you in a certain way that makes it look good. They're shooting the video in a certain way that makes their lawn look awesome. This puts spots in their lawns that are weak, bare. Mine's like that too. I get a lot of spots here and there that are they're bare, they're dead spots. That happens to everybody's lawn. No lawn is perfect. I don't care what anybody tells you. Even a golf course, Fenway Park in Boston, it looks perfect from far away, but if you get up close, you will notice that the lawn isn't perfect. This spot's missing. This spot's where it's not green. You just can't see it from your angle where you're looking from. Yeah, so as you can see, he's striping up nice. Again, they're striped up nice. Yeah, if you follow my tips, one season, your lawn will look just like this. Unless your lawn is more weeds than grass. If it's halfway decent, you should be able to get your lawn like this by the end of the season. And it's not a lot of work. It's not that difficult. Just remember the number one, proper mowing. That's the number one rule. You gotta mow it. You have to mow it properly. You're mowing it. If you're letting it grow too much before you cut it, that's bad. If you're cutting it the wrong species of grass at the wrong height, that's bad. If you're cutting it when the grass is wet, that's bad. You're cutting it when you're cutting it with a dull blade, that's also bad. So you have to, proper mowing is like number one. If you don't want to do anything else to your lawn, you don't want to be bothered with fertilization, weed control, none of that stuff. The main one you still have to be careful with is a mowing. Make sure you mow it properly. If you do that one step, mow your grass 2-3 times a week if it needs it, I promise you, your grass will be better. Will get better and better and better. There is an old saying which I agree with, and that is, the more you mow, the better it's going to grow. That's 100% guaranteed. That's 100% correct. Whoever told you that, wherever you heard it from, if you didn't hear it from me, I agree 100%. That is correct. The more you mow your grass, proper mowing is number one. The more you mow it, the better it's going to grow. And you'll be able to throw down some stripes hopefully some single doubles like I'm doing right now, and your grass will look beautiful.
All right, everybody. Thanks a lot for watching the video. If you watched it to this point, please consider subscribing and help me out quite a bit on my channel grow. Thanks for watching. Bye.